Imagine waking up tomorrow to a news alert that fundamentally reshapes the global financial landscape. An alert that confirms everything you've been patiently waiting for. An alert that your steadfast belief in a certain international investment was not just a hopeful gamble, but a prescient financial strategy. What if I told you that the moment you've been anticipating for years is no longer a matter of if, but a concrete matter of when, and most critically, where? Because the very infrastructure needed to facilitate this historic monetary transition is now actively being put into place behind the scenes within the most powerful financial institutions on the planet. The waiting, the speculation, the endless cycles of rumors and counter-rumors are finally reaching their crescendo, and the curtain is about to be pulled back on the most guarded secret in the world of exotic currency investment. The breaking development we are discussing today is the confirmed, verified leak of the complete and comprehensive list of United States and international banks that have been formally designated and are currently preparing their systems, their protocols, and their specialist teams to handle the imminent revaluation of the Iraqi Dinar and the Vietnamese Dong. This is not a prediction from a forum. This is not an interpretation of a vague news article. This is actionable, logistical intelligence sourced directly from within the financial architecture that will power this global event. And the implications for every single holder of these currencies are so profound that they cannot be overstated. We are moving beyond theoretical discussions of rate possibilities and into the practical, operational reality of how you will convert your currency holdings into life-changing wealth. The list we have obtained, which we will delve into in its entirety, categorizes these financial institutions into Tier 1 and Tier 2 designations, with Tier 1 representing the global banking behemoths, the ones with the capital reserves, international reach, and political influence to handle the initial, massive wave of exchanges, institutions whose names are synonymous with financial power, including, but not limited to Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citibank, and HSBC. Our sources deep within these organizations have confirmed that specific internal memos, marked with the highest levels of confidentiality, have been distributed to senior branch managers and regional executives, mandating a silent, soft launch preparation phase that includes the installation of updated foreign exchange rate screens that have a dedicated, live field for the new, revalued Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong rates. These are not test screens. These are live portals waiting for the global trigger, the official announcement that will flip the switch and illuminate those rates for the entire world to see. Furthermore, the training modules for designated treasury and foreign asset specialists have been finalized and are being rolled out in a phased, discrete manner to avoid public panic or premature media attention. These bankers are being taught the specific, intricate procedures for verifying the authenticity of high-denomination notes, understanding the new tax codes and international compliance laws that will govern the exchanges, and most importantly, how to manage the expected influx of high-net-worth clients, which is the terminology they are being instructed to use for individuals presenting dinar or dong for exchange. This level of detailed, costly, and coordinated preparation is the most compelling evidence to date that the revaluation is not a speculative fantasy, but a scheduled financial event. The presence of these Tier 1 banks on the list provides the stability and legitimacy that skeptics have long demanded, assuring you that your exchange will be conducted through secure, federally insured, and globally recognized establishments, not through shadowy backroom dealers or unverified online platforms. This institutional backing is the final piece of the puzzle, transforming the RV from an underground theory into a mainstream financial process. The involvement of Bank of America, for instance, with its colossal branch network across every American state, means that accessibility will not be an issue for the vast majority of holders, while the participation of a global entity like HSBC ensures that international investors from Asia to Europe will have a seamless pathway to liquidate their assets. The simple, undeniable fact is this: these banks do not invest millions of dollars in software updates, specialist training, and logistical overhauls for a non-event. They are positioning themselves to capture the largest wealth transfer event in modern history, and by possessing this list, you are now positioned to walk through their doors with confidence on the day everything changes. But the revelation of the participating banks is only the first layer of this incredible discovery. The true power for you, the investor, lies in understanding the operational blueprint, exactly how the exchange process will unfold from the moment the revaluation is officially announced on international financial wires to the moment you walk out of the bank with your new financial reality securely established. Let's dismantle the mechanics of this event, step by meticulous step, so there is not a single shred of uncertainty or anxiety in your mind when the green light is given. The initial trigger will likely be a simultaneous announcement from the Central Bank of Iraq and the State Bank of Vietnam, coordinated with the International Monetary Fund and the U.S. Treasury Department, which will instantly and globally recognize the new sovereign exchange rates for the dinar and the dong, moving them from their current program rates to their fully traded market-based values. Within minutes, literally minutes, of this official announcement, the dedicated RV rate screens we mentioned inside the Tier 1 and Tier 2 banks will activate, displaying the confirmed live rates. And this is the moment the world will know the new truth. Your first action should not be to rush to your local bank branch. Your first action should be to calmly and confidently access the private online banking portals or the dedicated appointment scheduling system that these banks have prepared, a system often referred to in internal documents as the Tier 4B protocol. This Tier 4B is not a bank tier. It is a classification for the appointment type itself, designating a high-value, private, and secured currency exchange consultation, and it is the gateway you must use to schedule your formal exchange session. Attempting to walk into a bank without this pre-scheduled Tier 4B appointment will likely result in you being turned away at the door or directed to a general teller who is not trained or authorized to handle your transaction, causing immense frustration and delay. The scheduling system is designed specifically to manage the unprecedented volume, to ensure your security and privacy, and to connect you directly with the trained financial specialist who can guide you through the entire process. Once your appointment is secured, you will need to gather your documentation, your government-issued photo identification, your social security card or its international equivalent, and of course, your dinar or dong currency notes, which we strongly advise you to have stored securely in a bank safety deposit box until the very day of your appointment to mitigate any risk of loss or theft. When you arrive for your scheduled appointment, you will be escorted to a private room away from the main banking floor where your specialist will verify your identity, inspect your currency for authenticity using advanced spectral scanners that have already been distributed to major branches, and then present you with the official exchange contract. This contract will outline the total amount of US dollars or other preferred currency you will receive, the applicable fees, which are expected to be a standard small percentage for such a transaction, and the options for receiving your funds. You will typically be presented with several options: an immediate wire transfer to your existing accounts within the same bank, the creation of a new private wealth management or high net worth account for you right there on the spot, or the issuance of a certified cashier's check, though the latter is generally discouraged for security reasons given the sums involved. It is at this critical juncture that we must insert a vital piece of advice. Before you sign anything, before you finalize any transaction, you must have a pre-established relationship with a qualified, independent financial advisor, an estate planning attorney, and a tax strategist. The sudden liquidity event you are about to experience carries significant implications for your tax liability, your estate, and your long-term wealth preservation strategy. The bank's specialist is there to facilitate the exchange, not to provide you with holistic financial planning, and being prepared with your own team of experts is non-negotiable for protecting your newfound wealth. This entire process, from the scheduling to the funding of your account, is designed to be dignified, efficient, and secure, transforming what was once a paper certificate or a bundle of foreign notes into a digital, accessible, and powerful financial asset within the world's most robust banking system. Now, with the where and the how definitively laid out before you, the final and most urgent piece of this puzzle is the what's next for you personally in these final hours before the global reset becomes public knowledge. This is not the time for passive observation. This is the time for decisive, calm, and strategic action to ensure you are not caught unprepared when the gates of this historic financial opportunity swing open, potentially without warning. The intelligence we are receiving from our network of sources indicates that the rollout is happening faster than any previous analyst or prognosticator ever expected. The logistical preparations within the banking system are in their final stages, and the countdown is now measured in a very short time frame, not in months or years. The completeness of the bank list and the specificity of the internal procedures we have detailed for you today are the clearest signals possible that we have moved from the planning phase to the execution phase. Therefore, your immediate priority today, right after this video ends, must be to conduct a personal inventory and security audit of your currency assets. Locate your dinar and dong notes, count them meticulously to confirm your total holdings, and then immediately place them into a secure, fireproof safe in your home or, ideally, into a safety deposit box at a bank that is not on the list of exchange banks, to keep your assets completely separate until the moment of exchange. This step is critical for both physical safety and peace of mind. Next, you must proactively research and identify the specific Tier 1 bank branch from the list we provided that you intend to use for your exchange. Do not wait for the announcement to start this research. Use the internet to locate the branches of Chase, Wells Fargo, or Bank of America nearest to you, and note down their phone numbers and addresses. Some of the larger flagship branches in major financial districts are expected to be better equipped with more trained specialists and more advanced verification equipment. So if you have the option to choose a central downtown branch over a small suburban one, that would be a prudent choice. Simultaneously, you must begin the process of vetting and selecting your external financial team. The certified public accountant versed in windfall taxation, the estate planning attorney who can help you set up trusts to protect your assets for future generations, and the fiduciary financial advisor who is legally obligated to act in your best interest. Furthermore, begin drafting your list of questions for your bank specialist, questions about wire transfer limits, the process for opening a new high-yield private client account, and the exact forms of identification they will require so you are not fumbling for information during your appointment. Having this team on standby with a preliminary meeting already scheduled for shortly after your exchange is what separates those who build lasting, generational wealth from those who see their fortune diminish through poor planning and avoidable financial pitfalls. The psychological shift you must make now is from a hopeful holder to a proactive wealth manager. You are not waiting for a lottery ticket to be called. You are preparing to activate a strategic financial asset that you had the foresight to acquire years in advance. The world is about to change, and with this information, you are positioned at the very forefront of that change, armed with the knowledge, the roadmap, and the certainty that was previously unavailable. The confusion is over. The doubt is erased. The path to financial sovereignty is now clearly marked and laid out before you. Your patience and conviction are on the verge of being validated on a scale you once only dreamed of. Do not let this final, critical preparation phase be your stumbling block. The banks are ready. The system is ready. The only question that remains is, are you? If this video provided you with the clarity and confirmation you have been searching for, if this detailed breakdown of the bank list and the exchange process has given you the confidence to take the final steps, then I need you to do one thing for me right now. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and most importantly, smash that notification bell and set it to all, because the very moment the official RV announcement is confirmed, I will be here in an emergency live stream to walk you through the first crucial minutes to calm any nerves and to provide any last-second updates. Your support is what allows me to continue delivering this level of high-quality sourced intelligence. Share this video with every other dinar and dong holder in your network. They deserve to have this roadmap, and together we are a community prepared for prosperity. I will see you in the next update, and very, very soon, I will see you on the other side of history.